welcome back to the channel. Oh yeah, we're back. It's been a while. It's been a busy few weeks in the office, and we are back. We have a new deluxe figure right here, and this is no other than Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Towline. There you go. Look at that. And right at the get-go, we already know that this figure is no other than just a recolor and a very slight retool. I would say a slight retool of Scraphook. There you go. So here is a side-by-side comparison of the two. You would notice that everything right here is just really based on our really cool recent favorite Junkion. You have the shield, which is the spiked wheel. You also have that right there. You have these really cool exhausts. You have the spikes on the shoulders. You have these little rivets down right here. And the only thing that I think that was different when it came out, when I got it from the mailbox, was you know, with Scraphook, we didn't really place, I forgot, and I saw this, I just realized just now in the previous review that you can remove these sections right here on his shins and put it as guns. And with Towline, you already have that. When I got it fresh out of the package, it's already the mail package. It's already there, but you can definitely put it right on the shins right there. And if you put that, it becomes exactly the hood of Scraphook's truck mode. And yes, Towline is a pickup truck. So if you remember your Transformers, like the car robots, I think Towline had a cameo, or like, not really a cameo, it was part of that show. So, and you also have, of course, when you say Towline, you need to make sure that there is something used to tow in vehicle mode. So you have that little hook right there, and it is really just Scraphook in a different color. And let's talk about that color right now. Honestly, I am just really not a big fan of the neon color, but there's something with that, you know, when you have like something from a G2 color, you know, variant, it becomes different. So he looks very different now from Scraphook because of the coloring, and you know, it's very unique. It's not really all the time that you see a green Autobot. I mean, counting Springer, you know, there are very rare green Autobots out there. I think there was like Demolisher from the Armada series, but other than that, you know, you would think that green and purple would be something of the makings of, yes, there we go, we have that right here. We have MFT. Here's a Legends class figure over here. We have the makings of a Decepticon. We have the Legends class MFT Devastator, and that's the color scheme of a Decepticon, green and purple. So I'm just really surprised that, you know, an Autobot went with that kind of color scheme. So let's put him aside, and let's just talk about the subtle differences, or the differences that we have right here. So the definite difference is the face sculpt right there. You have a more rounded face sculpt, and of course you have a more, what do you call this, looking a very Junkionish look on its original mold, versus this where you have that, it looks like a Cobra soldier from, or like something from Mask, you know, like from that 80s show, for that 80s cartoon Mask. So it's very different, which makes it stand out. But again, I'm not a big fan, and I'm not really going to be surprised if Hasbro would reuse this face, maybe add a horn, add a mohawk, you know, just make it a little more menacing, and we come up with another Junkion. So hopefully they reuse that head in some other figure. So there we go. So let's take a quick size comparison again. There you go. So that's the size comparison with our Scraphook. How about the other recent Autobots? So we have Crosscut. There we go. And he is very modern, you know. The same scaling, same size as the common deluxe class Autobots. Now, he is also a, what do you call this? Something of a I'm losing my train of thought again. It's like I would say parts former, but he's a weaponizer. There you go. There you go. He's a weaponizer. So you can remove the sections right there. And I think someone from the comments mentioned that, can you mix them up? Yes, you can. I mean, it's a weaponizer. That's supposed to be the case. So you can really mix and match them. But I don't really see the appeal of doing that right now, because if you do that, right, I mean, it looks weird. It looks very weird. So you could remove this right here and put this over here. So you can really mix and match these guys. So and articulation wise, you'll definitely get the same articulation as any modern Transformer would. You have ankle tilt, you have waist swivels, you have the knee. Very articulate figures right here. So we have that. Let's put them all back together. Put them all back together. There you go. And alrighty. So let's pose them up. Pose them up. There we go. Let's put these guys aside. So that's the size, and let's try to compare him with Voyager class figure, which we'll definitely be looking for the recolors. So lately we've been exploring the wonderful world of recolors and retools. So we have recolor of Skids, we got a recolor of Scraphook, and hopefully we find the recolor of Blaster, which is going to be twin cast. I think he's available right now, so we'll try to get that really soon. He scales well with most of the Autobots, and this is a little throwback. Here's a deluxe class Siege Ratchet. So again, this is deluxe, but you know, he is a smaller figure compared to the previous deluxes. I do not have any other Transformers handy. Oh yeah, let's try to put their boss. He was Commander class Rodimus right there. And they're a pretty colorful bunch of Transformers if you put them together. And again, like what we have mentioned, it is a very striking and odd color choice for an Autobot, because most of them would be white, silver, blue, red, mostly red Transformers. And it's very rare to see a green Autobot right there. It's very rare. Anywho, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a pause, transform this guy into his vehicle mode. We'll be right back. Alright folks, we're back, and we have our deluxe class Transformers Legacy Towline in his little fighting pose right there. And let's get him transformed into his truck mode. So all we have to do, of course, is get rid of all these little doodads right here, the little kibbles that we have everywhere. And like what we mentioned, this is technically Scraphook, so you just really want to transform him like the way you want to transform Scraphook. So just join the legs together like that, and then just push the feet inside, and you're actually almost done. That's the hood of the car. And then just rotate this section right here, open these back panels like so, like that, flip out the head. But before you flip out the head, oops, it's okay, it's a parts former, it's a weaponizer. So just really open these sections right here. You'll see that you can just really flip that, and then just push, just flip that head inwards so that you can have the windshield all leveled right there. Bring this section right here. You'll see that there are 2 pegs right there that would fit in, and that grooves in nicely. After that, you can then bring this whole assembly, rotate the arms like that. So if you're a little OC, you want to put the arms again here and just rotate it in this way. There we go. And then just bring this whole panel down, and as you do that, you can then rotate this so it's like this. Rotate the arms, and this is the problem. So when you rotate that, and this is very common, oopsie, there it go, there we go. So this is very common with scrap hook. You know, this joint section from the elbows, it just really loosens. So just be careful with that. Just bring this whole section, and you will groove this peg right here inward. And as you do that, you can then bring this arm section and then just peg that in place. So you're going to do that the same way here. Just groove that in place, that peg, rotate this, and like what I told you, it's very loose. So what I really sometimes like to do is just rotate this joint and then just bring this here. That's just really something that comes along with this toy. It is very finicky. And then just try to bring this here. They're Weaponizers, so they're supposed to come loose, come apart, and there you go. And just bring that to a snap right there. So all you have to do now is just really grab these parts, and you can put this here and then put this section over here. You can either put it, actually you can put it here down at the back, or you can also put it somewhere here right at the door. I like putting it at the door section. There you go. And voila, you have a toxic looking a toxic colored, a phlegm colored, a loogie colored car. Tow truck, whatever you want to call it. For some reason it does not roll that much, but it does. I can see it now. It does roll. Compared to this, you can it feels a lot smoother when it rolls. So let's just try to have a side-by-side comparison. There you go. Very, very same. So again, questions arise. Can we swap the parts? Yes, of course you can swap these parts together, and it's just really up to you if you want to swap them. There you go. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with more toxic color looking Junkion recolors. That would be pretty cool. So you have like the toxic bots versus the Junkions. I mean, yeah, I mean that would be a good thing. I would get that. I would definitely get that. So let's see. So again, let's try to apply what we have learned so far, that these things right here are parts formers. So what you could really do is really take them apart and then just put them here. I have been thinking about this a long time ago, so yeah, it kind of works like a double tricycle kind of thing. So this is Crash Bash, we have that, so, or Crash Bar, I'm sorry, Junkion 2, aka Junkion 2. Yeah, I mean, you can play around with it. I mean, these things are really supposed to be played around with. You can mix and match them. That's the beauty of these weaponizers, these parts forming awesome looking things. But honestly, I really still like the colors and the scheme of the Junkions versus this. Maybe just because he is the only one right now. If there would be more toxic colored Autobots, I would definitely be, you know, jumping into that. I could see myself collecting more toxic colored Autobots. And honestly, it looks if you use this color, I'm not sure what color it is. Is that teal, blue, green? I'm not sure. Aquamarine, I'm not sure. But if you have that and reverse this is going to be the more dominant color. And this kind of looks like the Mystery Machine. It's an evil Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. So if they could make, give me a second right here. Oh my goodness, everything's falling apart. If they could make, and I've seen this. If they could make that color here with Ironhide, we will have a Mystery Machine van. Think about that. That people will buy that. If everyone was so into grabbing this because of the nostalgia factor. I mean, we have Gigawatt right here. Everybody loves Back to the Future. Think about the fans of getting Scooby-Doo's Mystery Machine and transforming it into an Autobot like Ironhide with the colors of Towline right here. That would be extremely, extremely awesome. I would definitely buy that. So just giving a hint, Hasbro. Just giving a hint. So there we go. And why don't we put our favorite time-traveling Autobot beside them, because that's just really how it is. We have Gigawatt, we have Crash Bar, and we have a very dusty Optimus Prime. There you go. Scale-wise, they look fantastic. I mean, these guys right here. But, of course, you have an oversized, gigantic Junkion motorcycle that's part of the team, and that is not really the scale that you want. But they look absolutely awesome. So, we're going to take a final pause, and let's give our final say about our toxic-colored truck right here, which is Deluxe Class Legacy Towline. We'll be right back. We're back, and before we give our final say, we have one more option right here to play around with Towline, and this is the Weaponizer option. And if you combine him with another green Autobot, like we mentioned, here is Voyager Class Springer. I think it works. I mean, he is now taller than ever, and he's a lot beefier. Although one of the things that my gripe is, of course, you can't use this block, so that is the problem when it comes to these weaponizing, parts forming deluxe classes. Other than that, you can use the legs and the hood and the arms of the car, and he looks beefier. That is pretty awesome looking. You also have the exhaust right here. I kind of placed that there, but if you want, you can also place it here. Whatever floats your boat. It's your toy. It's your Transformer. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. Play around with it. Other than that, I think one of the really wins right here is that there is that shade of green. So this is darker green. This is a lighter green, and it works when you combine them because it gives you that difference in color. I just really don't like it that down here there's that blue green, and this is a very dark grayish kind of color, and it's pretty off if you have that. Same goes with this side right here. But overall, if you really want to use Towline for, you know, upgrading and weaponizing your other Transformers, that is a very big possibility, and that's another added play feature on this figure. So we're going to quickly stop right here and head back to our final comments. We're back, and we have finally our Deluxe Class Legacy Towline in his robot mode again. As you can see, he's in his pretty cool fighting pose right there. He is a very, very poseable figure, together with his original mold, Scraphook, and the rest of the Autobots. And you can see the very different what do you call this, color variation of the Autobots right now. I mean, you have Springer right there who's green, and you have Scraphook that is very much dull, and then all of a sudden we have Towline right here that is screaming neon. So other than the color, I think Towline is something that you'll really just get if you love the Junkion molds, if you like parts forming, if you like weaponizing other Transformers. Other than that, he is not really a very outstanding figure. It doesn't really give something new into the whole Transformers, collecting. I mean, he's not really one of the figures that you're going to be really looking for. He's not a sought after figure, but he is a nice addition to your Autobot crew. So other than that, I really think that it's more of an acquired taste. If you like the Junkions, if you like the parts forming, you will get Towline. But other than that, I would say you can skip this guy right here. Final rating, I'd probably give Towline a 5. That's it. He is still playable. He is still a pretty nice figure to own, but definitely something, unless there's going to be more of these guys in toxic colors and neon colors, then I'll probably try to, get on board with that. But right now, that is really it for me and Towline. A 5. Not really spectacular, not really something amazing, but again, an acquired taste. So that's pretty much it for us, folks. If you have been watching the channel and you've been checking out and liking all the stuff that we've been posting right here, so thank you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there, hit the like notification, hit the bell, and we really appreciate all the help that you've been doing. Till next time, remember, folks, till all are one, peace out, rock and roll.